Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower, I am fresh as the dew, I am solid as the mountain, I am firm as the earth, I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water, reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free. I am free, I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower, I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as the mountain, I am firm as the earth, I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water, reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, 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 I am free.
And now let us share silence together. It is in giving and receiving that we weave a life worth living and shape a better world. May the connections of the heart now be strengthened so that kindness and care may flow. Amen. And now I invite Cecelia St. to our pulpit for her presentation, Be Peace.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been a pleasure to work with your Reverend Kathy here. She's been a delight, and also our piano player here and everybody here. So thank you so much for having me this morning. So not only was I traveling around the United States and worldwide singing for peace, I needed to be able to find a modality to teach peace, to teach people how to have inner peace within themselves, because that's really where peace begins. I teach a program called Be Peace, which uses a scientifically based social and emotional skill that unites our empathy and insight to help us accelerate our personal and professional growth. When was the last time you experienced being seen and understood? Connecting with our feelings and our needs is the fast track to empathy. Learning the language of life supports the transformation of how we speak to ourselves and how do we speak to one another. Marshall Rosenberg, the founder of nonviolent communication, he says, and I love this quote, he says, "Every action is a need wanting to be met." I'm going to say that again. Every action is a need wanting to be met. And when we realize, or when we think about people who have differences of opinions, than us if we can recognize that their actions are a need wanting to be met. Maybe we can have a little bit more understanding. Learning the language of feelings and needs creates connection. Instead of blaming others, we can offer our truths. For example, I'm frustrated because my need for communication is not being met. I'm hurt because I have a need for physical safety. I'm depressed because I don't feel accepted by myself and others. I'm sad because emotional safety is important to me. And when was the last time that we listened to our heart speak? The ancient Egyptians believed that the heart, rather than the brain, was the center of life and the source of wisdom. The Mesopotamians and the Greeks believed it was the center of the soul. We have so many expressions in our culture related to the heart: to pour one's heart out, a change of heart, it's with a heavy heart. These expressions assume that the heart is not only a machine that pumps blood, but also the seat of our emotional body, our aching heart, our broken heart, reason and personality, bleeding heart, faint heart. Nobody says, follow your liver. The human heart is now documented as the strongest generator of electrical and magnetic field in the body. In fact, it is 100 times stronger than the electrical field in our brains and 5,000 times stronger than the magnetic field of our brains. Sorry about that. And when we process things with our brain, we go through logic, fear, self-esteem, doubt. Our ego rules our brain, our mental functions. But when we harmonize with the brain and our heart, and we harmonize with the brain in our head, we can access information much more quickly than the brain alone. Our heart doesn't work that way, and that's why, our brain doesn't work that way. That's why affirmations are so important. When we work with our heart, this is where empathy, compassion, and intuition comes from. The human heart's magnetic field can be measured several feet away from the body. In fetal development, the heart forms and starts beating before the brain begins to develop. Positive emotions create physiological benefits in your body. Negative emotions can create nervous system chaos, whereas positive emotions do the completely opposite and can help us to make better decisions. You can boost your immune system by focusing on positive emotions, and this is especially important as this is a hotline to our subconscious, and this is where real healing begins in our body. Extraordinary states of deep intuition begins with coherence of harmonizing the heart and the brain. When shifting our awareness from our brains to the heart, a cascade of over 1,300 biochemical reactions are affected, from anti-aging hormones to our immune system that will last for over 6 hours. Combining empathy, recognizing our feelings and our needs, with insight, our heart-brain connection, makes it possible to meet life and in bringing you harmony and creativity when you have some challenges. Achieving heart-brain coherence is the fast track to insight. So I'm going to ask you to get into a coherence so we can all experience this together. Now, before we get into that, I'm going to ask you to take a moment and think about a moment in your life that maybe took your breath away. Maybe that was when you gave birth, when you got married, or think of a moment of gratitude or appreciation, a moment of compassion. Any one of those emotions. My go-to when I go into coherence is whenever I see a rainbow. Whenever I see a rainbow, I feel like life is good, everything's gonna be okay. One of my teachers, her go-to reaction is when her dog meets her at the door when she walks in the door. There's so much unconditional love there. So I'm gonna ask you to take a moment and think about something that either is appreciation, gratitude, compassion, or that moment when you take your breath away. Okay? Everybody got that? Now I'm going to ask you to do these 3 steps. So we're going to go into a heart focus. I'm going to tell you the steps, and then I'm going to lead you into it once again. So I'm going to have you focus as if we are breathing through the heart. You want to put your hand over your heart, because where your hand is, that's where your focus is going to go. We're going to do a heart breathing, slowly breathing through our heart for 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. But this sends a powerful signal from heart to mind, turning our attention inward. And in that place, I am safe. And then I'm going to have you hold that feeling of appreciation, okay? So everybody, close your eyes. Put your hand over your heart if that feels comfortable to you. And focus down into your heart. Gently hold that heart focus. Now practice breathing through your heart, breathing in for 5 seconds. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now sink into that breath with this feeling of appreciation, of gratitude, compassion, a moment that took your breath away. And I'm going to ask you to hold that feeling for 1 minute. Just go back into that feeling of gratitude, appreciation, compassion. Thank you so much. This process of coherence gives you resilience to a changing world. And when we work with our heart intelligence, that is where empathy comes from, compassion and intuition. And now, because you all now are in coherence, we are so much more lighter, and our congregation is filled with peace. I am an award-winning songwriter, and I did not write this song. It was by my friend Mindy Simmons. I was scheduled to go up. She was a songwriter. She also held house concerts on a regular basis, and she had invited me to her home up in Tampa to do a concert for her. And we were communicating via Messenger on Facebook, and about 2 weeks before the concert, I went on Facebook to connect with her to get the address and all that information and stuff. And all over Facebook was "Rest in peace, Mindy Simmons." I had just talked to her 2 weeks earlier. She had gone to the doctor, and he said, "You have the most invasive cancer I've ever seen." And she died 2 weeks later. She gave me this beautiful lotus. We are both practitioners of self-realization fellowship. And I promised myself I would forever sing her song. It's called "I Wish You Peace." When I lay my head on the pillow down and I say a prayer for the world going round, you, my friends, will be on my mind. May the human race treat each other kind. And I wish you peace, and I wish you well. Peace to the world, peace for ourselves. And I wish you love, and I wish you friends, peace and amen. Till we meet again, may each and every one do our very best. May our spirits soar to earn our rest. Give an equal chance to every boy and girl. One love, one God bless the world. Sing with me. And I wish you peace, and I wish you peace, and I wish you well. Peace to the world, peace for ourselves. And I wish you love, and I wish you friends. Shalom to you, till we meet again. Bury all the arms in our children's time. Let us all stand firm for basic human rights. May we learn to feed all the growing minds. Work for justice and freedom in our time. And I wish you peace, and I wish you well. Peace to the world, peace for ourselves. And I wish you love, and I wish you friends. Namaste, till we meet again. Let's do that again. And I wish you peace, and I wish you well. Peace to the world, peace for ourselves. And I wish you love, and I wish you friends, peace and amen. Till we meet again. Shalom to you, till we meet again. Namaste, till we meet again. Thank you. Rest in peace, Mindy.
Thank you so much for being here with us this morning, Cecelia. The diversity of religious traditions that you bring to this fellowship is remarkable. Jewish identity and practice are strong here. There is a broad representation of Christian ecumenism, like Catholic and Protestant and all flavors in between. And many of you some of you are pagan and Hindu and Buddhist and science of the mind. I find a congregation of such rich theology both a joy and a challenge to serve. It makes some Sundays hard to plan, and this is a perfect example. We talked about this at our worship team a few weeks ago, and so we were mainly concerned with Rosh Hashana and the New Year, and then somebody said, well, we usually do our water ceremony during this time, and then we had this wonderful opportunity, right, for this enlightened one to come among us. So here we are with these these things, holding these things up. But I said, well, we don't necessarily have to choose. They're not completely unrelated, right? Our water ceremony is a homecoming of sorts. People coming back into the congregation from maybe homes in the north or travels or in some way, the clergy usually take off and do their studies in the summer. So it's a kind of homecoming, and it marks a new program year for us. So why not have a kind of song mashup, right? And let's do all three. So first, why water? Why is it that we bring water rather than a rock or a bit of dirt or sand or other earthly material? Other material that the water that we've been bringing to this ceremony, this water communion for all of 40 years now, our long tradition. Not really. But anyway, for us, we're young. Unitarian Universalism is a young religion. So we bring water because I think it's somewhat special, right? As elements go, it has the two hydrogen, one oxygen has a covalent bond that lets it be a drop or a dewdrop or an entire ocean, right? And it can, it's matter that can come in all three states, liquid, solid, or gas. Water is remarkable. It's absolutely essential to our body's functioning, and at the same time, it can be a deadly force of nature to us. And that includes when we are deprived of it. Water is the most plentiful earthly substance. It covers 70% of the surface, but of course, it's not all drinkable. It's not always available to everyone. And that blue-hued expanse of oceans gives our planet that big blue marble look from space that inspires in people who have seen it firsthand to wonder why we struggle against each other so. And this message of peace dovetails, it meshes perfectly with what we're doing this morning. Water is sacred. It's the cradle of life on our planet. The reason that we have it, scientists say, is that we're in a kind of Goldilocks position in relation to the sun. Too hot, the water would evaporate from the surface. Too cold, it would be ice all the time. And so it has sustained life for us on this planet for over 3.5 billion years. So when you bring your water, today we're doing it a little bit differently. You're going to come to the table and pick up your water and put it into the big chalice bowl where there is already water from previous years. From last year, I'm sure there's molecules of water in there from many years past. So you're going to bring it and put your water in with that and tell us very briefly what this water means to you, what joy it brings you, and that's really all we need to know. So there is a little guide here that you can use that might help you collect your thoughts. But let's bring our water to this ceremony in a way that honors the sacredness of this water that we are going to create today. And remember that you can always share your water in silence. And just in case you forgot your water and you would still like to share, I always provide virtual water or virtual water, or you can put a little bit of water from the pitchers in the bowl. As we begin our water ceremony, I want to give you these words. Peace begins in our hearts. With peace in our hearts, there is peace in our home, the spiritual home we find in this fellowship. With peace in our home, we live with peaceful intention in the coming year. And so now I'm going to invite you to come forward. And I think what I'll do is I'll reward the people who sit up front. So the first 3 rows here, if you have water, if you will stand up and come over here and get your water. From September 18th, 2022. So pour your water first.
Hi, I'm Adele, and I went nowhere this year. This is water from my home, but I'm pleased to say that I do have a home, and I am so grateful that I have running water that comes out of my tap.
Hi, I'm Nancy. I bring this water from my home. It means life to me and everyone on the planet.
This water means joy and life.
This is Rick, and we bring water from our home, which is life sustaining for the world.
You know,
Hi, my name is Nelly, and I forgot my water, so I got this one from the desk outside, but this means cleanness of the heart and life for me.
Hello, I'm Kylie, and this water is from the ocean when I went shark diving. And for me, that symbolizes stepping out of my comfort zone and also experiencing oneness with nature and other beings.
Good morning, I'm Eric, and this is water collected from Rocky Mountain National Park. And I'd like to say that it came from the glaciers, but it's actually from a water fountain there. But the point is that we went to Colorado because my daughter is studying urban and regional planning. And so it's water that's hope for the future for a better tomorrow.
Betty Tilton. This water is from the Indian River Lagoon in Melbourne, and it's a connection for John and I to 3 of our grandchildren who live and work there.
I'm Jennifer. This water is from the Strand Beach in Waterford, Connecticut, and I've been going there since I was 13. It's a symbol of comfort, joy, family, fun, barbecues, everything good.
Has everybody who wants to share water on this side come into the line? Okay.
This water represents our Atlantic Ocean beach at Boca, where I go every chance I get.
Choir folks?
Good morning, my name is Courtney. This water is from the ocean captured under a full moon with the blessings of the goddess, and it represents love and vitality.
Good morning, my name is John. I'm bringing this water virtually from Park City, Utah. I went there this summer. For me, this represents renewal. Renewal because I went for the high school graduation of our first child of the next generation. So so that was meaningful for our big family. And it's also a reminder of the fragility of water, because Park City brings the joy of snow and all of the snow sports, and yet the sacrifice that people need to make to keep water so that desert area can survive, including the precious Salt Lake. Thank you.
I am Bet Willett. I haven't been anywhere since before COVID. So this is from my kitchen sink, from my haven, from where I love to be.
This is American water in a Japanese water bottle. So it represents the other side of the globe and reminds me that there is water everywhere and there is love everywhere.
This water is from a watery trip that was a river cruise from that included the Danube River and Main and Rhine River. And I was very aware of water and how towns developed on water. That was our transportation and and flooding that affected those towns. It just reminded me they were all connected.
Folks on this side, start lining up.
This water is a stand-in for water from my artesian well in the Finger Lakes region of New York. I just visited. Very drinkable, outstanding water. And it always reminds me of a wise saying I learned from a yoga book called the Yogic Water Cure. Yoga Paramahansa, I think his name was, who said, "Water is the milk from the breast of Mother Nature."
Yeah, hey, hi, I'm Biliana. This water, what I poured there is from this bottle, what I brought from Macedonia. It's from one monastery, it's actually holy water. And I just want to remember, to have some feeling for that. I just want to have this same feeling from it too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Louis. This is Kiwing. This water is from our pool, but it also represents water from the Pacific because we went to the West Coast this summer, and I hope it represents healing.
I'm Patrick. This is water from the tap in my childhood home, Spokane, Washington, 3,000 miles away. And it represents home, family, And then this past summer, it also meant putting out wildfires that threatened their home. So it's got a lot of meaning. Thanks.
So this tap water represents a perfect day at Coco Cay with my 7-year-old grandson. And we spent almost all the day in the wave pool, but he's now 48 inches tall and can go on giant water slides.
So this is rainwater. I'm Mary, and this is rainwater collected from my backyard, where I spend a lot of time. The first sample had tadpoles in it. And I thought about that, and I thought, no, it wouldn't be fair to the tadpoles.
Maybe not. I'm going to save some of it and boil it. The rest goes in the Memorial Garden.
This virtual water is from the lake behind our house that brings Barbara and me great joy in inviting all of our feathered friends, turtles, rabbits, and gives us such joy watching life take place.
Thank you. This was from Deerfield Beach. It reminds us of very happy family visits. Thank you.
So, as often happens with me, out of sight, out of mind, I am very sorry. Zoom folks, if you would like me to pour some water for you, if you have something you would like to share, please chat to Karen, and I will get back to you in just a moment.
This virtual water is a reminder of how to really appreciate and be grateful for water. We were in Texas, 100-degree weather, and they had severe droughts. So we were so fortunate. We just stumbled across Krause Natural Springs, and they had enough water for us to go swimming in. And it was glorious. It was magical. So I'm just thanking the water gods, because everybody was saying, please pray for water. And it was a beginning, because it was the very first trip I actually took where we had to fly away with my brother. So this is also new beginnings too with this water. Thank you.
I chose this picture because it reminds me of Kool-Aid. And I see that little smiley face on there. Water that just brings me so much joy my whole life. Lakes, streams, rivers, waterfalls, the ocean. I've often thought about moving to Colorado, but I just I can't be around a large body of water. And it's so incredibly important to me. And this is my first water ceremony. So I figured I just had to get up here. Thank you so much.
So this this virtual water, this brings to mind these two muscovy ducks that showed up in the back of my house. I mean, we had a big rain, so the sand trap was full of water. They were just happy, and then they did an exhibition, a biological exhibition that I've never seen two ducks do before. Those guys are really big suckers, I'll tell you.
Life, water is the cradle of life. Karen, do we have anybody on Zoom who would like to share? And I can pour virtual water. So are you muted? There we go.
I would like to share, Allison Rugnes has said that she would like to share dew from the peak of Water Rock Knob in North Carolina's Appalachian Mountains above the clouds, where I tried to identify wildflowers like St. John's wort and with new UU friends. It represents trying to learn, valuing the vast variety of life, savoring the rich earth, and trusting a loving chance to do that together.
Okay, was that it?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to pour just a little bit of water because during Cecilia's talk, I was reminded of my chaplaincy days when my supervisor said, gave me a bumper sticker and said, if you lived in your heart, you'd be home by now. So at this time, I am going to, I'm going to bless the water, but my notebook is up there. So perhaps we can go ahead and do our song in dedication to the gathered waters. And we are going to ask you all, Ron is going to, Eli, Eli, he's going to sing the Hebrew words, and then we're going to ask you to sing the translation. And you can remain seated. As you are willing and able, remain seated, I'm sorry.